Hello and welcome. Today it's all about Disney at the Lego house in Billund, Denmark. We take a look at the 100 Years of Wonder. Now we've got lots and lots of different sets to have a look at and different prototypes of minifigures, but we're going to start off with this amazing mosaic. Now it's four sides. Comments below, you recognise who every character is that's featured in this thing. It is incredible. Just to have a look at the scale of this is massive. Some of it was quite hard to film because they've got ropes around some of it, but not by others, so you can get a little bit closer for nice photo opportunities. But I did what I could to get everything in because it's quite hard to see if it comes through on the camera, especially with all the really bright, vibrant colours that I use. Now, the Lego house itself always looks fantastic. So there's lots of different models you can have a look at, and they have changed all the displays and everything on the inside. Now, the day of me visiting, I did not get up there because I came down, went to the shop, then I went to the actual Legoland itself, then I went home all in the same day. Yes, one day. But I will be coming back for Christmas. Now, for the Christmas, it will be a different display. Now, one year when I came for Christmas, it had every single Winter Village set on display, which looked beautiful. So I'm wondering what they're going to do for the 2023 season, because I would like to try and get back there because I missed what they did for the 22 season. So it'll be very interesting to see. I know they're going to have a massive Christmas tree and everything up, but obviously with it being close to Halloween or around Halloween when this was filmed, they had lots and lots of different pumpkins and everything like that on display. Now we spin round. That was the photo opportunity one, so that's quite hard to see. You can see you've got Winnie the Pooh, you've got Buzz, I think you've got Pocahontas, you've got Snow White, and I do believe you've got Cars in the bottom right hand corner as well. So there's all sorts of different characters on this. Each one is the same scale. I think each mosaic would have used slightly different piece count, possibly, even though you would imagine they are exactly the same size, so potentially they are exactly the same piece count. It's just different bits and pieces with scale that we're looking at, but each one does look absolutely incredible. So again, let us know what your favourite one is. You've got all the information to read up on about the person that designed it, so a massive credit to those guys and girls that put all the hundreds of hours of putting this together. I would be amazed, I would love to know actually how this thing slots together. There's no way that obviously this is one big thing, and how they got it over here without it breaking is another thing as well. So a massive credit to the team that put this together. I think it does look very smart, and it's always nice that the Lego house has something different on display every time you come in. They'll change it 4 to 6 times a year. So this was on display, I think, for the month of October. So it was only on display for 1 month. So it's quite a short display, to be fair, if you think about the effort that goes involved in it. But then it might go off somewhere else as well. So it might just be a travelling display, shall we say. So again, as we just pan around, just to make sure I didn't miss anything, let us know if there's anything you recognise, any films, if your favourite films are on there or not. Like I said, not the biggest when it comes to Disney knowledge, but what is to come after this sort of pan round of everything is all to do with the prototype minifigures that gets used. And I think there's a really interesting one for Cruella de Vil, where they ended up changing her hair sculpt like maybe 4 or 5 times before they picked the hair sculpt that came with the current CMF, which was really interesting to see. So we're going to start off with all of these different Lego sets. You can see here you got just generic Disney sets, and they have all the different princesses in, and it's just a history of them over the period of time. So I don't think these are going to go super way back when. You might recognise some of the product ID numbers, so some of them might go back quite far. You might not recognise some of them, like for example the pink box. But then we have got these Lego Duplo sets where they have got obviously the characters that have been done in Duplo form that were already on the mosaic as well. So they do try and cover, I think, every single character that we're looking at is in the big displays that are behind us as well, which is obviously always nice to see. So there's a representation of each set in these cabinets. Now this cabinet display will change all the time again, and obviously they have different sized cabinets. Last time I came, it was the Lego photo opportunity, and it was teaching you how to take photos of minifigures, and I think that was right at the start of the season for 2023. So this is only my second time I've managed to get here this year, so I know I've missed out on some different bits and pieces, but they did have some amazing things in the middle on the times that I've been. So between February and October, they did have other bits and pieces and other things on display as well. So if you did manage to get down there, let us know what you thought of the display that was on display at the time that you were there. Now I think what we're going to do now is we're going to have a look at some of the prototypes. So this is all the fun facts from the designers. I did my best to get everything in. It's like I said, it's quite difficult because obviously it's such a popular area and there's so many people walking around. But you can see how many designs they had for the wizard's hat. And then as you can see, as you go through for all the different bits and pieces for the actual head sculpts, you can see that some of them are printed, that some of them are blue, some of them are not printed, some of them don't have the eyes on, some of them different eyes, bigger noses, smaller noses, and it goes through all the different renders until it came to what we got in the Disney Castle. And obviously the CMFs that have just come out at that time as well, because we've just moved on to the Marvel ones. But you can see here, you've got all the different first sketch and how they have the different hairpiece. This is for Cruella de Vil, and how they thought that they were just going to have half a hairpiece, and they went for a double, then they're going to go for a comb back, and then they ended up, I do believe it was the split hair where they had the white and black, didn't they? But you can see across there, all the 4 before it are completely different variations of the hair, and then they picked the one that they went for, and it takes, I think it gives us the time frame of how long they take. It's like 12 to 18 months, I think, from development to actually coming out as a minifigure form, which is, again, an incredible thing. They do have to plan well in advance, and then you've got all the minifigures there that are on display from the set. Now, if you did manage to pick all of these up, again, let us know who your favourite one is. Over in the UK, Baymax was one of the hardest to get hold of, and obviously, if you are watching this back from the future, currently, this will be the last CMF pack that you could actually grab and feel for, because we are currently in the cardboard stages where it's now going by weight, and everybody's doing what they can to try and get a full set, because you can't feel the boxes, obviously you can't open them up. So it's all changed from when this was done to when the new ones have come out, but it will be interesting to see in the future what the current state is of all the CMFs and how they do those kind of things. But you can see you've got Pocahontas, you have Pinocchio just in the background there. So they are all, I do believe, the minifigures that were included in the CMFs as well. So you can just see the stages that they went on and how much effort they went in just to get in there. Again, they seem to be fascinated with all the different hair pieces, and then you've got all the different prints, and obviously you've got the skin tone and everything like that that's involved in getting the Disney character correct. And then as we come round, it says introduce you to the Disney team, which we've already had a look at. And then as we come through, it's the making of a minifigure, and I think there's 7 or 10 different steps. And then this is just a timeline of what it takes you through, just to get everything basically nailed. The amount of time, like I said, it takes, you might have to pause it and just read it for a little bit cleaner for yourself. But you can see it's all about teamwork to start with, and you can see they are the incredible designing team that worked on those. Then you start off with the quick drawing. And again, it's a quick drawing. They just spent a good amount of time just throwing something together to get a basic template, and then it just comes through and it just wraps around into step number 3, then into step number 4. So again, it's a lot of effort that goes into all of this. It's one of those things, isn't it, that we don't really think about. We just think, oh yeah, it just gets printed off. But there's always somebody designing something behind the scenes to improve something, or all of the newer sets. And this really did interest me, because I did wrap round again and read about it after I put the camera down, about how they do keep the standards and how they do try and keep things secret. Obviously, there seems to be a serious amount of leaks for 2023 at the moment, which is always a little bit of a shame, but it is what it is. It happens in every single industry. But normally Lego keep everything under lock and key, and you have absolutely no idea it's coming out until it gets announced on the Lego website. But as we come through, you can see you can give your feedback if you want to, and then they will try and improve on different bits and pieces. And then underneath that, you have it goes into production. And again, that was a very, very popular minifigure. That red one was extremely popular with the broom. And again, since 1978, the classic minifigure has not changed. And then you have to pause that because I couldn't read that quick enough for you. That is the whole of the Disney display. So you can see just how nice that is. We'll wrap that around again, and then what we do is we'll have a quick look at some of the Halloween different bits and pieces that are on display once we've had a look at the fish. Now, this is a thing that I always miss. I never really soak this bit in, because there's an elevator that will take you in the lift, and then you can actually go up to the rooftop if you've got your sort of pass for the Lego house, so you can actually access this lift and it'll take you up and down. And if you don't have your pass with you, you can then just walk outside and it will take you to the same part of the rooftop. But this is very, very nice and smart. And then the interesting bit is beside it is where it looks like they've actually got some building rooms for maybe classrooms and things when they do stuff in term time. That's always an interesting thing to see. But guys, I'm very, very quickly starting to run out of time. Hopefully you've enjoyed this very short, sharp Disney experience. Let us know what your favourite sets are. Let us know if you picked any of them up, and obviously let me know if you picked up the Disney Castle or any of the CMS. But if you can like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. Let us know if you are going to manage to get here for the Halloween season or Christmas. But guys, as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll catch you next one. Ta-da.